Ladies and gentlemen, it is number one blogger. I am back in the building. Yes. And today's stream is all about the World Cup, the 2022 final. The game was intense. And I'm here with my guest host, as always, El Selecta. And we're going to get into the nitty gritty. Nitty and El Selecta, say what up.
What's
After
going
saying,
on?
we're going to get into the countdown.
Thanks for having me, bro. I'm ready. Looking forward to this. Let's do it. It's going to be a dandy. Let's do this.
Guys, don't touch that dial.
Hmm.
It was France versus Argentina, and we're gonna go for a countdown, and we'll be right back.
Hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the number one blogger special. As you guys know by now, the World Cup final is done and dusted. The FIFA World Cup final took place today in Qatar with Argentina versus France, Messi versus his teammate Kylian Mbappe. First things first, let's say congratulations to Lionel Messi and Argentina for winning the third World Cup of all time. And also, rest in peace to Diego Armando Maradona. And yes, we have our special guest, El Selecta. I'm going to ask you a couple questions and we can go in. Man, oh man, today was a crazy game. Now tell me, how did you feel going into this game? Did you think Messi was gonna win it? Did you think Mbappe? Like, what were you thinking going into this game?
Honestly, salute to my guy, number one blogger, for having me first and foremost. Secondly, Art. I went into this game with no expectations. I all I knew was one.
Apologies,
Yeah,
apologies.
yeah. All I knew was one thing. Um, but all I knew was one thing that threw me off for a second. I was like, "What the heck's going on?" But yo, all I knew was one thing, and this thing is that honestly, Mbappe and Messi, the fact that the two of them were going to be playing, and they're both teammates at Paris Saint Germain, and they're both playing in under the lights of Doha, Qatar, in front of the world. And I knew it was going to be a good game. I knew we're in for something. I knew we're in for something. I just didn't know exactly what. But I knew the fact that we have the two best players, maybe the most two influential. Some of them we're talking about. If we had to pull out the top three most influential players in the world, maybe top five, these guys'
Mhm.
names would be in there. As far as football players go, soccer players in
True.
on the global planet. So the fact that these two guys were able to come in together and they were able to lead their teams, you know what I mean? Mind you, there's other star players on their team, but they were all injured, hurt, et cetera, et cetera. But these guys were like, we showed up and we're ready to go. And the fact that these two teams were ready to play together, I knew we were in for something good. And oh man, was it good, man? This was like, bro, this was like literally, this is the best end of the year soccer game you could get ever.
I agree.
This was a treat. Like you don't get treats. Like you get treats sometimes in sports. Like you know, what I mean, you might get some real good treats. But man, man, oh man, this was a treat, bro. This was a great treat. I enjoyed every moment of this.
Yeah, honestly, that being said, coming into this, looking at the tail of the tape, I can tell that when you look at these teams, these were the two most competitive teams at the World Cup. I knew that we weren't going to get a dud in terms of this game. We were going to definitely get something special, not just for partisans, fans, as in Team France and Team Argentina fans, even if you were neutral. I said going into this was going to be a very exciting game for all sides. But that being said, first things first. Um, in the start, early, um, Argentina got two quick goals. Tell me about the first goal, and then after that, we could actually decipher the second goal. So, The first goal was scored by Argentina, and that goal was actually scored by Messi. Take me into that goal.
Okay, so the first goal by Argentina, which was a which was a
Penalty.
penalty shot right there, right? Which was the penalty shot there, and I believe yeah, that was a great call. I think the referee nailed it on there. I think when Messi got to the penalty shot there, he was cool, calm, collective, very poised, veteran guy who's done this many times. Has remember, mind you, Messi has has missed penalty shots in the past. You know,
True,
people have
true.
crucified him for that. But the fact that he was like, okay, I'm not gonna let this beat me up. I'm not gonna let this hold me. I'm gonna definitely go out there and make this penalty shot. I think that was amazing on Messi's behalf. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm. You're definitely right about that. Looking at this game, taking it into the context and everything, um, would you say that foul was actually a penalty or wasn't a penalty at all?
I believe it was a penalty. I think the referees got the right call. I think it was a penalty. It was a penalty there, and yeah, the referees got the right call. There was nothing wrong with that foul there. The referee did the
Mhm.
right thing. You didn't want to leave no room for error. You don't want to leave no room for margin. You don't
Very
want to be
true.
like, oh man, this could have been. We've seen that happen in several games in the past with Cristiano Ronaldo and all this other stuff there, right?
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So we want to make sure that we give the right calls that are there. I don't care who it is, no bias calls, no oh because this or because that or oh star treatment, none of that nonsense. Just call the game for what it is and let the best team win.
Most definitely. And do you remember the minute that goal was actually scored on?
Mhm.
Yes, it was that. Do you remember the minute it was scored?
Yeah, with the minute it was scored, or what time? What minute was it? My recollection is, what minute was that?
It was actually scored in the 23rd minute.
23rd
But
minute.
let
Okay.
me just roll it back for a second. In the
Mhm.
21st minute, a penalty was given because Usama Dembele actually conceded a penalty for tripping on Hel Di Maria.
Oh, really? Yes, yes,
Yes.
exactly. Yep, yep. The Di Maria trip. Yep, yep. I remember that. Yep. Salute to Di Maria. He was out there playing like, oh,
We're
he was
gonna get
actually,
we're gonna get
yeah.
to Di Maria
Mhm,
because the thing is, I we did have talk backstage. Di Maria was very pivotal in this game, but we'll definitely get to that.
mhm,
But 21st minute, Dembele did trip Di Maria that caused Lionel Messi to get that penalty shot, and boom, early 1-0 right there.
mhm.
So that being said, over the course of the game, um, how did you feel about the play from Argentina? Did they grow in stature or did they become small as compared
No,
to France?
no, actually, as Argentina continued to play, they actually dominated that second half. So once they scored, the only key component what I noticed about Argentina there, was Argentina played they played very good in the first half. They were very tactical. They were very tactical. They played very slick, and I think it was due to the fact that Di Maria was out there. I think Di
Mm,
Maria he made a huge difference out there. He was the one who was able to draw the first penalty shot. Then he was the one who scored. We'll get into that after, but that's what I'm saying. He and I noticed they were playing. So Argentina didn't put their foot on the gas pedal early
nope.
when their first goal. They didn't do that, but they were very ecstatic and happy that they scored their first goal, and they were definitely continuing the momentum, which was great. I think Argentina did a good job as far as that goes early, and then we'll get into
Mm.
that. Mhm.
So that being said, we talked about the first goal. Now let us get into the second goal.
Mhm.
After that, I will set up the scene for everybody. But let's go. Argentina scores the second goal through Angel Di Maria. Take us through that.
Yeah, so okay, so Argentina scores a second goal. Di Maria comes through with the pass there. Lionel Messi comes through with the pass over there. They end up it's like kind of like a hockey assist, right? They end up passing Di Maria. Messi passes it to I forgot the other gentleman's name there. The other Argentinian player. The Argentinian player passes it out to gives us
McAllister.
yeah McAllister gives that pass over to Di Maria. Di Maria does not kudos to him not getting on offside and ends up putting the ball in the back of the
Back of
net.
the net.
Yo, mhm. Great goal.
Great goal. I would definitely say that second goal was a great team goal because actually France was actually on a dangerous attack in the
Mhm,
36th minute.
mhm.
And funny enough, Nahul Molina made the tackle and run the possession for his team.
Hmm.
Argentina started a counterattack, and then Alexis McAllister created a scoring opportunity, and boom, Angel Di Maria with his left foot bangs the ball in the back of the net. It was crazy.
Exactly.
Even the commentators were going crazy. They were saying this was a wonderful team goal. Like they were going crazy. I
Facts.
mean, even funny enough, the key pass that was actually made was Julian Alvarez making that pass to McAllister, and then McAllister making that pass to Angel Di Maria.
Facts.
Actually, no, it was McAllister making the pass to Alvarez, who is the other striker, that
Hmm.
passed it to Di Maria for the goal. Guys,
Facts.
apologies on that.
Facts. Hmm.
So that
Facts.
being said, also, I noticed there was a situation going on where Didier Deschamps, the French coach, actually had to make quick substitutions. Um, Osama Dembele was taken out, and even Olivier Giroud, and then
Hmm.
Marcus Thuram was actually put in as substitution. Funny enough, if you guys don't really know football, Marcus Thuram is actually the son of France '98 World Cup winner with France, Lilian Thuram.
Hmm.
That being said, also another guy that came on was Kolo Muani,
Hmm.
because they had to really change things up. Bro, take us into that situation where France did two quick early substitutions. How did you feel about that?
I thought, yo, they needed something. Giroud was obviously hurt. There was something going on with his injury there. I don't know what it was.
The
Maybe I
knee,
heard
right?
something a knee. Yeah. So obviously, because of that, yo, you have to make some sort of substitutions. He tried to play. You got to get. You can't hate him for that. But at the same time, just not performing at the level. They were very flat in that first half. Nothing there. No offense at all. They looked very one sided. It looked very one sided. It almost looked like Mbappe almost looked like a ghost. He disappeared. They couldn't get nothing out of there. So it's time to maybe change up the look. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? If something's not working, you got to change up the look. You know what I mean? You always have, that's the whole point. You got to have tools in your arsenal, right? You got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. You see what I'm saying? So they had some guys there. They were ready. And honestly, yeah, that's basically what happened there.
Funny enough, too. Also, when you look at the possession, Argentina had like 51% compared to France's 41% actually going into halftime. So
Hmm.
Argentina actually looked really good in the first half. How did you
Hmm.
feel?
Argentina looked very good in the first half. I believe the first half, the reason why they looked so good was because they did look good, but they looked good after two goals. Then they benched Di Maria. Immediately as soon as they benched Di Maria, they started to dwell. They started to fall behind. They started to look
Hmm.
not as good anymore. So
Hmm.
I noticed a turn in the tide there when Di Maria was substituted. You see what I'm saying?
You think it was a big mistake on a tactical mistake by the Argentine coach?
Huge mistake, huge mistake. He should have been playing. He should have played him right until the bitter end. I think he should have never because it would have. He would. Di Maria would have done a lot more. He's very explosive, very dangerous. We've seen Di Maria for damn near a decade plus. You know what I mean? Di Maria's
Hmm.
not a. He's not a new guy to any. He's not a spring chicken to any of us. Been
Hmm.
watching football. We're very familiar with his style of play and his game, and he's a guy that definitely gives us gives a different look when he's out there on the pitch there. So
Hmm.
I personally thought it was a stupid decision to get him out of there, but whatever.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like,
Hmm.
you go with your hot hand, even if you're a soccer purist or not, or a complete moron.
Hmm.
You know that Angel Maria shows up in big games. I
Hmm.
mean, one, he assisted the first goal, I believe. Even the second goal, he scored. So that clearly shows you that, Di Maria, let's be honest, he hasn't showed up this whole World Cup, but he
Hmm.
showed up for Argentina when was needed most. Let's
Hmm.
even go back to Copa America. Copa America final. Di Maria showed up.
Hmm.
Like, we had this conversation. Argentina doesn't really have a team. They have a team consisting of a superstar and Angel Di Maria that actually keeps the glue together.
Hmm.
But that being said, also, I also got to give credit where credit is due for that keeper, Martinez, man. Martinez was doing stellar work. But personally, I don't even think the French, The French didn't even have a cadence really. They did. I don't even think they had shots on target even in the first half. To the point where I felt like Martinez was on holiday in the first half. How do you feel about that?
No, I agree with you. I think honestly, Martinez was he was a weak he was a guy who presented a very he was a weak link there. Like he was not really he had a lot of opportunities.
No,
Martinez
I'm
could have.
talking about Martinez, the keeper.
Oh, you're talking about a keeper. Okay, the
Yeah,
Martinez
let's
the
not
keeper.
talk about the waste man Martinez. Yeah,
Okay,
the
okay,
that
okay,
guy's the waste man. But the
okay,
keeper we're talking about is not a waste man.
okay,
Let's talk
okay.
about
All right.
him.
So yes. So when it comes to the keeper, I think the keeper was as far as the only big threat, the first half there was no threat to him. There was no actual like anything coming his way. There was nothing that he really had to worry about so much. You know what I mean? Like whatever came, and whatever he was able to neutralize a lot of France's. I mean, yeah, France's goals. There was nothing really coming to him. There was no real any real opportunities, anything no like anything that was real threat, like a threat to him in the first half at least. So he did a really good job in the first half. Salute to the keeper there. What's your take on him?
Honestly, Martinez, I say that he's the one that has really kept the team shape of this team. Definitely in the first half, you could tell like there was nothing. He was on an island. Like the man was on holiday. He didn't have to do anything because it's like again, just like you described, France has been flat. Let's be honest. I felt like there was more team play from Argentina, but yes, there was team play from Argentina at times, but not all the time.
Mhm.
But the fact of the matter is you can definitely see that there was more grit in Argentina than France in the first half. That's what
Mhm.
I'll definitely say.
Yeah, I agree
Um,
with you 100%.
that being said, now it's 2-0. It is halftime. They go into their locker rooms. What do you believe the French coach said to his side? And then what did the Argentinian coach say to his side?
I think honestly, what he said to his side was, guys, we got to go out there and we got to play defense and we got to control and neutralize these guys. They don't have nothing left. They're the flat, da da da. But don't they should we know we're shutting them down. They're not really that great. We could beat this team, et cetera, et cetera. And then obviously coming up with game plans. And I think with the French team, he was trying to motivate the French coach was trying to motivate the players. Hey, come on, guys, we can do this. We got to do this. We got to do that. We're not done. We still have some time left. We can get this done. I think both teams, they gave their speeches. I think it obviously you could see two guys came alive during that speech. You see what I'm saying? Because there was only two players that I really it really resonated that much with. You see what I'm saying? And that was Mbappe and Lionel Messi.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And how
Yeah,
do you feel that the Argentine coach spoke to his players?
yeah. Like I said, I think he had the very similar message. Like, hey, we can
Mm-hmm.
neutralize these guys. Like I said prior, we've neutralized them. They're not really showing much. We just got to keep our foot on the pedal and keep pushing, and we'll be able to at least get this victory.
Oh, most definitely.
Mhm.
The way I looked at it is, I think Didier Deschamps, which is the French coach, looked at his players and be like, guys, forget about the first 45 minutes. We have the second 45 minutes. Let's go in a battle. Let's do what we got to do. But understand that we have championship DNA. We are the defending World Cup champions, and nobody can take that away from us. Now it's time to go in there and go win number two. Remember, we have Kylian Mbappe, who is our complete superstar. Make sure you get that ball to him. Make sure you do the necessary for us to win. Because the thing is, this is a team effort. You guys got to be willing to die for this Allez le bleu crest. And
Mhm.
if you're not willing to deny, get the fuck out of this change room right now. It is
Facts,
time. We need to do what we got to do.
facts,
Argentina is not on our level. We got to
facts,
do what we got to do.
facts.
And then on the other side of things, I think with the Argentinian coach, he just said, guys, I'm proud of what you're doing. Let's keep up the tempo.
Mhm.
Because again, remember, these guys are the defending champions. We can't let them back into this game. Because if we do, we're gonna get in trouble. Don't play complacent football. We know that teams have been too down in this World Cup and teams are able to come back. Let us do the necessary and let us shut that door. Let us play harder on defense. Let us play more team concept football. Let us actually play more concrete. And whenever there's those channels to open up, we got to damage these guys. And don't forget, Leo Messi is our leader. He's our catalyst. Let's go. We can do this. So that being said, players come out. Everybody comes out. Second half. Who do you think actually started off the second half on the right foot? Was it France or was it Argentina? Or did Argentina um, basically begin where they left off?
I think honestly, Argentina became flat in that second half,
Hmm.
and and France had that sense of urgency, and I think France was like, "Yo, we could just all we have to do is get one goal in, and then we're in the game. All we have to do is get one goal in, and we're in the game." And I think that's when they ended up making. You saw the defense from Argentina was pretty horrendous, not
Hmm.
great defense at all, and that's where they were able to make that error. They ended up fouling one of the players there, the African players. I'm not African, but the French player over there, the black guy, and he ended up falling down. Once he fell down, that was gives Mbappe the opportunity to go out there and make sure that he hits the game-winning shot to lead his team to the championship, or not lead his team, but keep his team in the game there and make sure that his
Yes,
team
because
was
that
able to
was
compete.
the first goal.
It was his first goal, and I thought it was an excellent penalty shot. He wasn't on weak legs. He wasn't on shaky legs. He wasn't nervous. He wasn't pulling a Harry Kane or some other guys. You know what I mean? We're not going to mention a whole bunch of names. You know what I mean? The only reason I mentioned Harry Kane because his penalty was like the most horrendous one I've seen.
Hmm.
But you know what I mean? But yo, anyways, yo, he didn't pull none of that. He just stayed cool, poised. He stayed very stoic, and he got up there very strong. Got up there very explosive, and just boom, hit the ball in the back of the net.
Let me actually set up the scene. Basically, the penalty was committed in the 79th minute
Hmm.
by Argentine defender Nicolas Otamendi.
Hmm.
And basically, what he did was he conceded a penalty for pushing Ronald Kolomuani. So
Hmm.
as a result, Kylian Mbappe basically stepped up. He put away the penalty shot with his right foot.
Hmm.
And funny enough, Martinez actually almost made it there to
Hmm.
actually save it. So I would say kudos to Mbappe again. You can definitely tell that he studied Martinez because Martinez is not a joke keeper. For those of you that don't know, Martinez has been pivotal for the Argentine squad for a long time. He promised Leo Messi the Copa America and the FIFA World Cup. And funny enough, Copa America actually went into penalties, and Martinez did win it for Argentina. So again, like you can't um, you cannot look at or you cannot turn a blind eye to the quality of Martinez in net as a keeper for Argentina because I feel like because the defense is somehow when it comes to Argentina, Martinez actually makes it up for being a quality keeper. But the thing is also too when you really look at it really deeper, I feel like the defense relies on Martinez more making amazing plays than them actually playing in that defensive back setup. How do you feel about that?
Yo, honestly, as far as what, okay, so what are we talking about? Messi's goal, or are we talking about Martinez? Just trying to figure
We're
out.
talking about the save. We're talking about the ball going past Martinez for the goal.
Okay,
Kylian Mbappe's penalty.
okay,
And I'm
yo,
just
there
talking
was
about
nothing he can
broad.
do. There was nothing Martinez can do.
Mhm.
There's nothing he can do. That was a man who was possessed. When a man of that caliber, that elk is ready and he's ready to take over, and he's seen enough. All you could do is sit back and just kind of. You could either try to challenge him, which Martinez did do, but he was unsuccessful. There was nothing Martinez can do. Martinez got in front of a sniper of a world class shooter, and Martinez is it was out of his league at this point. And
Mhm.
Mbappe was exploiting Martinez every opportunity he got. And
Mhm.
Martinez knows that too. He
It's
couldn't.
true.
Martinez knows that. This guy, Martinez, if anyone, Martinez looks at Mbappe and be like, he's gonna be like, that goalkeeper was vicious. But thank God I had Lionel Messi on my side.
That's true. That's true. Thank God I have Lionel Messi. Honestly, you've brought up a great point, and a lot of people don't really look at it like that, but it's true. If Martinez didn't have a guy like Messi, yeah, there would have been no chance.
Mhm. No, I agree with you 100%, honestly. And I don't think Martinez had a chance once he went up against Messi, and that's just how it is. That's just sometimes that's
Well,
how sports
Mbappe,
works.
Mbappe.
I'm sorry, yeah, Mbappe, yeah, Martinez had no chance when he went up against. The only thing that saved them was Messi, Lionel
Hmm.
Messi,
Hmm.
and also that's it. Because everybody else there, there was he didn't have to worry about nobody else there. There was nobody else there that held his number. If anything, everybody else there was worried about him. But
Hmm.
the only person who he feared was Mbappe, and that's how it works sometimes.
That's true.
Mbappe's a stud. Mbappe's a legend. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Hmm. That being said, also, when you look at this game, after Kylian Mbappe scored, you notice that France got an energy saying that, yo, we got this, we can get back in the game. But when I say France got the energy, I'm looking at it more as Kylian Mbappe went into beast mode. Take us into that, because I know he scored in the 81st minute, but when you take us into that, I'll round back with the backstory to that goal. Let's continue.
Yeah, exactly. So, him going into beast mode, dude. You already know, like, bro, his sense of urgency kicked in. He realized, yo, I need to win this tournament. I'm playing in front of the world. I need to showcase my talents. I need to let everybody know that I've arrived, and that's what he did.
Hmm. You're right. You're right.
That's what he did. There's nothing more, nothing less. He was the one who had to put the team behind his back. All right.
Hmm.
Hmm.
It's amazing though, because after Kylian Mbappe scored that penalty shot, you could definitely tell that France became more offensive, but more offensive in a sense of Kylian Mbappe literally turning the game on its head.
Hmm.
Um, as I said, in the 81st minute, Kylian Mbappe scored to actually equalize the goal. And how that was set up is in the 85th minute, as I told you, Kingsley Coleman actually coming in as a substitute helped change the game. He made a tackle and he won the possession for the team. And then what happened was it caused France to create something in front of goal. Marcus Thuram, as I told you, the defender created a scoring opportunity, made the key pass to Kylian Mbappe, and bam, that strike was heavy. Take us through Mbappe's goal, because yo, the way Mbappe shoots that ball, man, you can tell like there's intent to score every time he shoots. Let's take us through that.
Yeah, the way he scored that goal was very impressive. I thought it was one of the better goals in the World Cup. I
Hmm.
honestly liked the way he scored that ball because what happened was there was a lot of ferocity between his kick, right? His kick wasn't no soft kick. The thing about a lot of these guys is they kick the ball very wide, they
Hmm.
kick it very weak, like they don't have no strength in their kick. Mbappe kicks the ball like a grown man.
Hmm.
He kicks the ball with a lot of ferocity. He kicks the ball hard. When he kicks it, you're a thump.
Hmm.
Boom, and then all of a sudden, yo, it goes fast too. It's not like it's like a slow kick. Look at how many times he did penalty shots, and the goalkeepers could they would it would hit off their hands. They couldn't save the ball because he kicked the ball with so much ferocity. He wasn't no weak kicks. So because he kicks the ball so hard, the ball would just be like it was so hard that even when you hit it, touch it with your hand, if it's a weak kick, you'll be able to block it because it's so weak. The ferocity isn't strong. The way
Hmm.
the ball is coming at him isn't strong. But when it's so fast and so strong, even when you touch the ball's so frost, it hits right through the keeper's hand and it goes in regardless.
Hmm.
And that's the difference between Mbappe. Mbappe has very strong legs, very strong power. He's a very powerful guy. You see what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yes.
And a lot of people don't know realize that that's a very underrated trait of Mbappe there, and you see how he was displaying it. He and even his feet work, the way he attacks. You know what I mean? There are certain guys when I watch them, they have a lot of good footwork. The way they attack very strong. Mbappe attacks very strong, man.
Most definitely.
Mhm.
That being said, also, when you look at the course of the game now, it being 2-2, I did notice that there was a lot of desperation from the French side. And what I'm actually referring to is when Marcus Thuram was booked in the 87th minute for diving.
Mhm.
Let's go through it. Do you feel that he dove, or that was actually a penalty, because the funny thing is Nicholas Otamendi was doing a lot in the 18-yard box. Take us through that.
Do I think he dove? I think he dove. The referees aren't stupid. There's no conspiracy there. A lot of these guys are going to do anything and do everything to get the extra call. And I think that'd be a tragedy if they gave it to him, because then, you know what I mean? And they know he dove. Like, no room for error, bro. No silliness. Play the football game. And I think the referee said, get up and play. Because that, let's be real, he didn't really do anything else the whole entire game. You see what
Hmm.
I'm saying? And if that's what you're resorting to score, and meanwhile they had several opportunities to score and they couldn't put the ball in the back of the net, the referee did the right thing. I think it was good. I don't want the referee to screw the game over and screw the team over and room. Like we seen what happened with Ghana there, right? Ghana did had a similar situation where one guy dove and you could
Hmm.
tell it wasn't a penalty shot. And what happened? It screwed the guy
Cristiano
who took
Ronaldo.
over.
Hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
Cost
So
them the game.
exactly. And let's be real. I think the referees need to their salute to them for that. You know what I mean? Don't call these stupid calls. Get up and play. Get
Hmm.
up and play.
Okay, so definitely as we go through the game is tied right now.
Hmm.
At the point where this is the point where Emilio Martinez made back to back saves to keep Argentina in the game.
Hmm.
Tell me about how good Emilio Martinez was within the sequence. I'm not talking about the whole game, but in this sequence, because we know Messi did help him out.
I honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Mhm.
I watched the whole entire game there. I didn't see anything special from Emilio Martin. Oh, from talking about from the goalkeeper.
Yes, not Larturo.
Okay,
Let's
okay,
not talk
all
about
right, all right,
Larturo
all
yet.
right, all right.
We
The
will talk about
goalkeeper,
Larturo, bro.
the goalkeeper was able to contain everybody but Mbappe. Put it as that. So
That's true. You're
anyone
right.
who wasn't Mbappe, he was able to block their shot. He was able to stop him. He was able to do a lot of different things. But when it came to Mbappe, bro, he couldn't stop and contain him. That's all
Mhm.
it boils down to. There was nobody. There was a threat. And let's be real though. I'm gonna be and I know I'm gonna say something, but let's be real. There was no threat from anybody from France except for
But
Mbappe.
Mbappe, hands
And that's
down,
all.
hands down.
So I don't know how brilliant he was, because the reality was, yeah, he was brilliant as far as stopping these guys, but he wasn't the brilliant. I'm not gonna sit down here and give him his flowers, because
Hmm.
that'd be wrong of me
Hmm.
to do that. I'm gonna give the flowers to the guys who actually were the ones who deserve the flowers, and that was Messi and Mbappe. But at the reality was, because they were carrying, both teams were horrendous. Both,
Yeah,
I don't care what
both
anyone says,
teams.
they were both horrendous. Outside of Di Maria, Messi couldn't get anything from anybody.
That's true.
Messi was getting robbed at one point, and the guys were setting Mbappe up. Messi, Messi was, and nobody could stop him. Messi had to do everything himself, bro.
Point blank, the way I look at this game was is a masterclass between two individuals.
Facts.
One masterclass on one side for Argentina, which was Messi, and another masterclass from Kylian Mbappe, the baby goat. So basically, I think this match was the baby goat versus the goat. The way I looked at it is that Messi scored like what, 3 goals? I could be wrong, right?
Yeah, three goals. Three. He had a hat trick. Three goals.
Yes, and Kylian Mbappe scored
Four.
4 goals.
Hmm.
4 goals. First time in the World Cup final since England player Jeff something in 1966 versus West Germany. That was the last time somebody scored a hat trick in a final.
Yo, I'm gonna be right back. Continue on without me, but I'll be right back. All right.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. That being said, guys, you could tell that this game was a topsy turvy affair, but it was truly evident that it was individual players on the island doing work. Yes, we saw the second goal that Argentina did score. Yes, it was a team goal. But when you keep going, it was the Messi show versus the Kylian Mbappe show. Like, there's no two ways about it. The thing is, yes, a lot of soccer purists enjoyed this, but at the same time, it's like when Messi retires, you really got to reshape Argentina, because I think Argentina is going to be a bad team for years to come. It's going to be tough. I mean, me and El Selector, right after he comes back, we're going to talk about how terrible Arturo Martinez is, as in the striker, because there's Arturo Martinez and then there's also Martinez, the goalkeeper. But yes, that being said, you can tell, like, this game was literally all about individual brilliance. Just like El Selector said, if Martinez did not have Messi, they would be effed. I can't lie to you. They would be effed, hands down. Hands down. France also, if they did not have Kylian Mbappe, they would be effed the same way. You're talking about 4 goals from one guy. What more can he do? As I said, Kylian Mbappe is a dude that was a mamba on steroids today. Like, he felt that, yo, you're not going to deny me. But all he needed was just a little help. Just a little help from his teammates. That's all he needed. Yes, kudos to the passer that you guys made to him for him to score the goal. But it just wasn't enough. When you look at both sides, it was like nobody could score. If it wasn't Messi or Kylian Mbappe, nobody was scoring. The only evident thing that happened was the only person that was able to score out of Mbappe and Messi was Di Maria. Again, we talked about it. Bad, bad, bad tactical decision by the Argentine coach to take out Di Maria. Di Maria is your hot hand. You don't put your hot hand on the bench. El Selector said it. Taking Di Maria out of the game handicapped Messi in this game. And they were lucky to bring it to extra time. So they could actually have a chance at shootout. It was definitely an abysmal shootout outing for France. It was terrible all the way through. Like, I couldn't even defend them if I wanted to. Like, it was terrible. I mean, we can go through the extra time here. There wasn't much done in the extra time. It went back and forth, and literally, the only thing that really happened in extra time was Leo Messi scoring. And basically, it was after him picking up a loose ball, I believe, in the 108th minute. And I believe it was a shot by Arturo Martinez. And then Messi saw the loose ball and banged it in. Just like that. To tie the game. And basically, we went into extra time. Actually, we went into penalty shootout. Um, I don't need to basically put a lot of analytics on this much. But when you look at the situation, Argentina scored all 4 of their penalties. France only scored 2. Again, Kylian Mbappe stepped up to the charity spray and scored. Was very close to being denied by Martinez, but it didn't happen. Messi steps up to the charity strike, scores with his left foot. Kingsley Coleman steps up. He missed, unfortunately. Paulo Dybala, kudos to him, because he hasn't even played this whole tournament, was able to step up, and he actually did score. It wasn't a special shot. He basically passed it through the middle, and we know keepers either go the left to the or the right. But he was lucky even that ball even went in. Tuchemi, that was terrible for France. How do you shoot that ball and let it go wide? Leonardo did well. Stellar put the ball in the back of the net. Muani converted the ball for France, but it was just too late. And then Gonzalo Montiel basically scored for Argentina, and that was a wrap. Just to let you know, I was just going through extra time, and I was actually going through the penalty shootout. So let's bring it back to Messi's goal in extra time, because it was actually off a rebound, and it was a shot that Arturo Martinez took, and the ball spilled back out, and Messi scored. Take us through that, and then we'll talk about Arturo Martinez.
That was regular time.
It was regular time?
Yeah, they didn't score. Nobody scored in extra time. 3-3 when they ended at regulation. Hello.
Because remember, yes, but remember, in the 118th minute, Kylian Mbappe scored the penalty. Do you
Oh
remember?
yes, yes. Oh yes, yes, yes. Sorry. So yes, it was 2-2. My apologies. My apologies. I just had a blip in my mind. two
But
two.
before that, Messi scored
Yeah, Messi did score.
108th,
Yeah, hundredth
and
eighth
then
minute.
yeah,
Yes, yes. Sorry about that. I had a blip in my mind there. I apologize
okay.
for that. But yeah, so yeah, they scored an extra time there, basically. Yeah, so yo, it was a great goal. Like people's controversial. Oh, was that a handball? No, was that a? Did it go in the back of the net? Yes, it went in the back of the net. Yes, it went in the back of the net. Yes, he was. Yes, he was onside. Yes, it was a brilliant goal from Bessie because nobody else can score on that damn team there.
That is true. Let me just take it in for a second. If you
Hmm.
watch the game and you see there was actually a defender behind the French keeper, and he actually tried to save it. And just the way he did it, he kicked it out really quickly. But
Hmm.
as you can see, the ball was fully immersed inside the net
Hmm.
with the player also.
Hmm.
Simple as that.
Hmm.
And then at that point, I think Argentina had it in their minds that they've won, da 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 da.
Hmm.
Boom. There was a penalty given to France. Um, Penalty shot given to France. Let us take you right there. Looking at that situation, Kylian Mbappe being
Hmm.
given um, that penalty kick, was it right that the yellow card was given to Montanel? And did you think that was a penalty?
Yeah, it was a penalty. It was right. I think it was great, honestly. Yo, great penalty shot. The guy hit the ball. The guy had to hit the ball in his hand. Like I said before, no room for error. Call the calls what it is. If
Hmm.
you touch the ball with your hand, that's a freaking handball. Very simple. Put your hands down. I get it. Sometimes freak things happen, but
Hmm.
nobody should feel sympathy. There's no sympathy, bro, when you're in a championship game.
Hmm.
There's too much on the line.
Hmm.
Too much on the line. You
You're
know?
right. Let us get right into penalties. We know that Argentina ended up eventually winning 4-2.
Hmm.
So take us through the penalties. How do you feel about the penalties that were taken by France and Argentina?
I think the penalties by France and Argentina. I think Argentina, excellent job, hit all their penalty shots, did what they had to do. As far as France goes, Lionel Messi comes in, scores for Argentina. Mbappe comes and scores, excellent. Doesn't do what like other people do, shy away, hide from the penalty shootout, put his dick behind his freaking. Sorry for the sorry for the sorry for the fucking. Sorry for the freaking the explicit. You know what I mean? Some guys hide tuck their dick behind their legs. You know what I mean? And trigger pussy. None of that nonsense.
Mhm.
Let your balls hang. Go out there and get that shit. Let your dick and balls hang. Go out there and get that shit. Score the pool goal. Get the game winner. Go win free. Go get there. Go out there and do what you're supposed to be doing.
Mhm.
Go out there and win for your team. And that's what Mbappe did. That's what Messi did. Some guys start turning into ghosts. They start you could start to see the scared mans and the real mans.
Mhm.
And we got to call what it is. There's a lot of scared guys out here in football.
That's true.
And we hide them, we masquerade them because either we like them or they're from where we're from, or we might know the guy, or we might know their backstory, or we might have seen them play at some tournaments or whatever. But at the same time, no scare. If you are a top player, you are you there you should there should be you should be forced, not forced. You should be if you should not shy away from penalty shots.
Mhm.
It's in your priority. It's in your best interest to go out there and hit that penalty shot for your team.
Most definitely.
If you're a top dog, if you're a top shotter, if you're the guy, if you're the man, why are you shying away from penalty shots?
True. Good point.
Why are you shying away? If you have all these commercials, you're on television, if you're the man, if everyone claims you're this best player, if you're the face of the country, why are you shying away from penalty shots?
Mhm.
If goalkeepers have to, if goalkeeper has to go and do a penalty shot, they have to do it. So why the hell can't you?
Good point.
As a player, they want everybody to score before they, so no blame is put on them. And that's what a lot of guys do. But salute to Mbappe, salute to um, what's his name? Messi for not missing the penalty shot, for going up there, being the first to do it, making sure that they let their team know, hey, I have. Don't put some guy who has low confidence in there. If they
Yeah,
see their best
I
players
agree.
doing it,
I agree.
then that gives them the confidence to want to go out
Lead
there
by
and do it.
example.
Exactly. Not running away. You know what I mean? Tucking your, you know what I mean, your thing behind your legs. You see what I'm saying? And turning into a sissy and start talking about mental health and all this other nonsense. You know what I mean? No, I'm not knocking mental health, but I'm saying when it comes to that, you got to go out there and score, bro. Like, there's the big
Mhm,
bucks are on you, and that's not no shade on anyone with
mhm.
mental health or anything, or any shots at people like that. But at the same time, go out there and score for your team. If you miss, you miss. But at the same time, go out there and lead by example. Go out there, kick it with some ferocity. You should be kick it with ferocity. Every kid's been we've been practicing this since every single soccer player has practiced since that they were a toddler, or since you started playing football. Penalty shots. Go out there and make your penalty shot. It's an easy free. It's a goal. Go out there and make it. You want to be the classified the best? Go out there and make it, and that's what the best did today. They displayed that for us because I've seen a lot of strange things going on in penalty shots this World Cup.
Okay, you know what? I wanna, I wanna go in a different direction for a second.
Yeah.
Who do you think was the worst performer in the finals today?
Bro. Bro, I'm not even gonna do that, fam. Yo, bro, I'd be. It's illegal for me to do something like that.
But you know which player I'm talking about.
Man, yo, bro,
That
let
guy.
me
Let's
let me
talk
tell you,
about that guy.
let me tell you something about these guys here, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. It'd be wrong for me to blame one person. I seen at least there's about 12. There's about in total there's about 20 something guys that were horrible today.
Hmm.
I seen some horror, maybe about 20 guys that were
So
horrible
you
today.
seen some horrid football today.
I seen some horrible players today, like horrible football players today. I seen some in the biggest game. I only saw two stars, and I saw carry a bunch of some guys who I don't even know if they even played. Some guys look like, did you even play pro? Like, where do you play? You get what I'm saying?
It looks like they play FIFA on EA Sports.
That's what I'm trying to tell
PS.
you. So it'd be wrong for me to point out single. I don't want to do the singles because, bro, I'm very critical on everybody there.
Hmm.
There's not one guy there that I'm not critical on, and that's
Good
me
point.
just being, yeah, that's just me being thing because what I was able to witness and what I was able to see, I was not really impressed by the performance there. But give me a second, I'll be right back. All right.
Okay. See, that being said, we're having a conversation about who is the worst performer, and Al Selector basically came out and blatantly said that he felt there was about 20 players literally on both sides that played lackluster football. He felt like they shouldn't have been on the pitch today, and the fact of the matter is that it was a goat going against a baby goat. So a baby goat, as in rising star Kylian Mbappe, who plays for PSG in France and also plays on the French national team, going against his teammate Lionel Messi, who plays for the Argentina national team, who actually said that this would be his last World Cup. And as you can see, Lionel Messi went out on top. Again, rest in peace to Diego Armando Maradona, who won this cup in '86. Also, on top of that, coached the team in 2010. And, finally, Argentina has finally gotten their third World Cup. It was an amazing performance on both sides. Again, I still can't fathom how Kylian Mbappe scored 4 goals and still ended up losing this match. Like, it was crazy. Um, Going forward, what I definitely have to say is this: if I don't say it, it's like I'm basically silencing myself. But I don't know where that display came from with Arturo Martinez. Arturo Martinez, the striker, was atrocious. I believe he plays for Inter Milan in the Italian Serie A. What was he thinking? That guy couldn't finish for nothing. As this game was going on, I was on the phone with El Selector. We're analyzing the game. We're looking at everything possible. And I said that, hey, it's a good thing that Alvarez is on and Arturo Martinez is on the bench. And I said that if Arturo Martinez were to come on to the pitch, he wouldn't do nothing. And I wasn't wrong we got to give kudos to Alvarez. Alvarez, I believe, scored twice in the game before this match. He put on a stellar performance in the game before. Back to Arturo Martinez. I don't know what it is. Arturo Martinez will have chances upon chances upon chances and he still misses. A lot of people tell me that I'm very critical on Arturo Martinez, but bro, the best thing the coach ever did for you is to make you start off the bench. Because I remember early in this competition, this coach, the Argentine coach, started you time and time again, time and time again, and you could not finish. That being said, how is El Selector, by the way? Is El Selector busy at the moment? Because if he is, we could definitely get back to him soon. El Selector, are you there by any chance? Yeah, El Selector is not there yet. We'll definitely come back to him.
Yo, I'm back. I'm back. Sorry about that for the delay there, but yes, I'm
Okay.
here.
Yes, I was talking about Arturo Martinez.
Yeah, saying you're not too fond of him. I could see.
I'm not fond of him, bro. I'm just not like. It's just like, damn, like, how do you miss all those easy goals?
No, I agree. I agree, bro. It's one of those nights, bro. Honestly, like it was one of those nights,
And
bro.
it's not even just this night, countless times. And
Yeah,
this is a guy that started for Argentina in the beginning of the tournament, and then all of a sudden they put him on the bench.
yo, bro. Like I said before, I wasn't too outside of Di Maria and Messi.
Hmm.
I think this was Messi's moment. Like at the end of the day, like
Messi magic.
yeah, it's just Messi and Mbappe's moments to show us. It wasn't about these guys because these guys were just there, but it was about the guys that were actually who really count. And these are the guys who counted, bro. These guys are the ones who put on the show for us. These are the ones who actually kind of came out there and actually, you know, what I mean, shut it down. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And you can only put your respect to these kind of cats out here. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm. And let's be honest. Messi's mission has finally been completed. League titles, domestic titles, um, Copa America, the Finalissima, the FIFA Club World Cup. Like Messi has literally won every single thing in football. Take us into that. Can you imagine? Messi's won everything.
Yo, definitely, and it's him winning that is a testament to Lionel Messi.
Hmm.
Honest to God, it's a testament to that guy because that guy was able to fight through adversity. And yo, at the end of the day, like I said, it shows people, and I always tell people, yo, in life, don't give up. You know,
Hmm.
when you lose, when you give up, when you
Hmm.
throw something, when you give up. Messi would thought about retiring from the World Cup, and then the coach called him and said, "Yo," the coach reached out saying, "Don't retire, don't retire." After
Hmm.
losing in the World Cup to Germany, you see what I'm
2014,
saying?
right?
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. He said, "I'm done. I'm done with this. I don't want to do this no more." But at the same time, he came back, and he just basically he never gave up, and that's the key component. A lot of people need to adopt in their lifestyle and in their principles. Like, yo, just don't give up, man. Keep fighting through. I know sometimes it might be tough. It might be not today, it might be tomorrow, but eventually you'll get to where you need to get to. And that's
Hmm.
where Messi did. Messi was able to do that. You see what I'm saying? Messi is a great player. He's a legend. You know what I mean? You guys, you they don't really make players like that anymore. These young guys, outside of Mbappe, is probably the only one who's comes from his close to his who's from his cloth there, and they happen to be teammates. But outside of that, they don't make young guys like that no more. And one thing
They
about
don't make
Messi, with
them like
Messi,
this
Messi,
anymore.
yeah, and Messi wrote it out with Barcelona. Messi wrote it out right to the bitter end where they had to kick Messi out of Barcelona because
Yeah,
they ran out
yeah,
of money.
you're right. He was
They
very
ran
loyal.
out. Yeah, he ran out of money. He stuck to his guns. People laughed at him, made fun of him, said things about him, but he stuck to his guns, bro. And he didn't shy away from anything. He didn't wuss out. He wasn't cowardly, and he fought through. And that's all you have to do on this planet is fight through. Don't be coward. Don't be a coward out here. Don't fight through adversity. Fight through things. Don't give up on things. Don't give up on yourself. Because when you give up on yourself, You've given up. You've given up on a lot of people who count on you. So, and that's what Messi was able to display there. And I can only commend Messi. Messi's a true standout athlete, true talent, a true competitor, true warrior, a true ambassador of the game, and also a true competitor. You know what I mean? And that's all he displayed today.
Yes.
Mhm.
I think, again, this is a very special game. Ladies and gentlemen, history has been made at the FIFA World Cup. It definitely wasn't an easy journey, but I'll definitely say for fans and fans alike, this was beautiful. Shout out to Shea Adebayor, former Togo international, also played for Spurs, played for Arsenal, was on loan at Real Madrid. Also, former Ghana international Michael Essien was in the house to watch the final, who played for Chelsea, FC Bastia, also played for Lyon, played for Real Madrid on loan, AC Milan, and retired at Persib. Great player, even great FIFA legend. And, it was a beautiful time. Selector, what are your final thoughts? And thank you for coming for this special edition again.
My final thoughts on everything. I thought it was a good event. I thought it was a event that a lot of people will appreciate. I think it was an event that for the ages. I think it was one of those kind of events. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people will appreciate that event. You see what I'm saying? Like honestly, it was a great overall performance from Mbappe and Lionel Messi. Salute to the French national team. Salute to the Argentinian national team. Salute to all the spectators and Qatar as well as a whole for putting out a great World Cup that will have a lot of people talking about, especially the championship, for many years to come.
So it's funny. Something just hit me before we go. Do you think not having Karim Benzema affected this lineup and also the injuries?
Yeah, it's that's hypothetical. You know what I mean? He wasn't playing. Would he have made a difference? I'm sure he would have made a great difference. But what kind of difference would he make? He is the Ballon d'Or, so I think it would have been a big difference.
Hmm.
But we would never know, right? He wasn't there, right? So it's
Hmm.
kind of like we just have to leave it up in the air.
Exactly. But thank you guys once again. This is number one blogger, and this is Al Selector. This has been your coverage of the Messi wins the 2022 World Cup, and his GOAT status was never in doubt. Messi, with or without the World Cup, would always be a GOAT. But the final stage was winning the World Cup, and he definitely did that. I am number one blogger. Follow me all on social media uh, channels and places possible. Hashtag NO1BLGGA. I'll select it. Tell them where they can find you
You can
and
find
what
me.
you do.
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube. L Selector. Definitely. Check me out on YouTube. L Selector and L Selector Lifestyle Finance. You can check me out on both of those there. You know what I mean? You already know I'm there. That's where you can find me. You feel me?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much once again for tuning in. We always love y'all guys coming through. And yes, once again, Messi has won the 2022 World Cup. Shout out to Sergio Aguero. Shout out to the one and only Di Maria. And rest in peace to Diego Armando Maradona. Good evening, good night to everybody. Take care.
Mhm.